We are starting our second day in Marrakech early in the morning, witnessing the beautiful sunset on the roof of our Riad and experiencing our first Moroccan breakfast. We've been served a sweet cake, flatbread, omelet, peanut butter for spread, and a brilliant orange juice. I could definitely get used to starting my mornings like this. After our breakfast, we went into the city to further explore the market, and our first destination was the Bahia Palace. It was built in the 19th century and intended to be the greatest palace of its time. Bahia Palace translates as the Place of Brilliance. The entrance fee is around €7, but it's totally worth going in. It holds beautiful gardens, decorated ceilings, multicolor windows, and definitely one of the best places to visit in Marrakech. We continued our visit with the search for the Saadian Tombs, and here things got a bit tricky.
These are the real Moroccan streets.
Once we exited the market, we arrived at these narrow streets, the real Moroccan streets as we called it, and we got lost.
Let's go and then we go to the right and get to another small street. Yeah.
A few kids approached us from the front to distract our attention by asking several questions, and two from behind to steal our belongings from our bag. Luckily, I felt something is happening behind me, and by the time I turned back, one of the kids' hand was already in my backpack. Fortunately, they did not steal anything. So yes, here are a few don't do's for your visit in Morocco. Don't walk away from the populated streets, don't go alone, and always pay attention for these kind of situations. One thing I loved about Marrakech, for €1 up to €3 you found everywhere some good fresh juice. Of course, this has its own story on how to make this business the most profitable, but for as cheap as €1, it is a good deal to grab some fresh juice. Finally, we arrived at the Saadian Tombs, and it was the longest queue we ever had to wait in order to see something. It was the Sultan's Ahmed al-Mansur tombs from the Saadian dynasty, and unless you are a historian or fascinated by this particular place, I'm not sure if it's worth paying a €7 entrance fee. It's time to take a quick break and stop at a local restaurant to serve a tagine. But this is like vegetables.
The beef is down.
It's inside.
Is it?
The beef inside?
Yeah.
quite fat.
2 to 3 euros a bowl of tagine with vegetables and beef. Of course, it is a lower quality meat and more vegetables than what you can get at the final restaurant, but for this price, it is an excellent choice. What was in our head when we decided to walk from the market to the olive gardens by foot? It is burning hot outside. The Menara Garden is a huge olive plantation, and it's beautiful to see that locals are going out there to take shelter under an olive tree and have a nice picnic.
We walked all the way through, all the way from the old town to this big park or garden, but there is nothing here beside the olive trees and a lot of sun. Whew. So we took refuge under this olive tree, have a juice, and slowly either walk back or take a taxi back to the old town.
Of course, if you are in Marrakech, you will get across the snake guys. What can you do when they put a snake around your neck? You have to pay them 20 euros.
Bonjour, bonjour.
Where are you from? Polony?
Romania.
Romania, not scared, believe me. Not scared. Yeah, come take picture, come on.
Yeah, I have.
Photo, photo. Hold this, hold this, hold this. Hold this. Here, here. Small. Yeah. Go, go, come on. Sit down, sit, sit.
No, no, no.
Sit down. Sit. Oh. What luck?
It was my first day in Marrakech, so I didn't have any change with me. So I got away with only 5 euros. The hours are passing by really fast and it was already dark. We went up to one of these fancy restaurants and got some more tagine and couscous. Is there anything beside tagine and couscous? Well, yes there is. And I will show you more about that in the upcoming videos.
Nu-ți place? Nu-ți place?
Place.
Îmi place, dar e acru.